Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So if the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, that will be enough. And this is quote from Meister Eckhart, 13th century. So before the day begins, before you start to reach for your phone or your to-do list, just take a moment and pause. Think about the last time someone truly saw you and said thank you. Remember how that felt. That is power we are talking about today. And today it's value number 7 from series of 7 value for a calm mind. What if the wisest teacher across history had it right? What if the most powerful spiritual act is simply a sincere thank you? From ancient India to indigenous America, from Stoic Rome to Safi Persia, every tradition shared one actually important truth. Gratitude is not a feeling we wait for. It is a practice we return to. And what gratitude really is? In the Hindu tradition, gratitude means one who sees clearly what has been given. Indigenous people around the world open every ceremony with thanks to the earth, thank to the sky, thank to the water, thank to ancestors. Gratitude is not a reaction to good luck, by the way, it is the foundation for a conscious life. And gratitude can be in two different forms, which is inner gratitude, right? A quiet recognition in your heart and maybe saying it out loud, express gratitude. And both of them, it's actually matter and important. The root is inner peace, the fruit is expression. And it's also gratitude is not about being positive, it is about actually being honest enough to say, even in the middle of my struggle, I still feel like some grace and I still can find like happiness. And here's what gratitude is not. It is not pretending that pain doesn't exist. The ancient psalms are full of sorrow. True gratitude holds both the wound and the gift. It doesn't actually erase suffering, it reminds you that your life is more larger than your pain and shifts your focus from what is missing to what is actually it's still here. So your strength, your resilience, the small moments of grace. And sometimes when we are busy, we even don't pay attention to that. What, for example, ancients knew and science confirms. So Lakota teaching saying, let all things, all creatures, all existence be greeted with reverence. This is the beginning of wisdom. And Lakota teaching emphasizes virtues like bravery, respect, generosity, and wisdom. The Stoics, or Stoicism, this teaching focused on achieving wisdom and tranquility by focusing actually on what we can control, our thoughts and our action, and accepting what it's not able to control. So, in Marcus Aurelius wrote daily about simple gifts, a body that moves, and mind that think. A morning arrived. It's not basically sentiment, it's just like spiritual, it's just spiritual discipline, yeah, because it's very also impressing in our or Buddhism philosophy or ancient philosophy. They are really focusing focusing on discipline. So in some discipline and repetition and help actually them to be healed too. So in Buddhism, for example, if we talk about Buddhism philosophy, the Buddha taught mudita. Mudita is actually it's or appreciative joy. What is appreciative joy? Appreciative joy, the ability to celebrate others' happiness without envy or resentment. Sufism is actually Islamic teaching and focusing on inner purification, devotion, and love. A heart, actually, according to them, a heart that gives thanks stays open, and an open heart is one through which grace continues to flow. So, if we talk about modern neuroscience, confirms that the ancients already knew gratitude rewires the brain, counteract our natural negativity bias, and builds a new pathway towards seeing beauty in ordinary life. And by the way, across every culture, every century, every language, humans have always known this. We are not discovering something new. We are remembering something it's already inside of us. So your attention is a lantern and gratitude is the choice of where you point it. So, and because we have very busy life, right, and sometimes we're not able to, or I would say, yeah, because we are busy, or obstacles like impatience or envy or pain can cloud our view. Here's how the ancient traditions responded. And if you are going through something hard right now, this is not a message to smile through pain. This is basically an invitation to find one small light even in the dark. So when you feel, for example, it feels forced, right? Start with your body like ancient did. They start to feel your breath, feel your feet on the ground. Begin to focus with what actually surrounds you. So, for example, beauty above, beauty below, beauty all around. And like I mentioned before, and when we start to more focus on that, we basically start to heal ourselves because we are already focusing on like good, for example, a good image or good view, right? When you start to practice daily such a things, it's what it does. It start to change your habit with your thoughts because you begin your day with beautiful view, which is inspire and energize you, and actually create dopamine and make you more healthy. I mean, happy, of course, happy and healthy. So, if you, for example, because of busy life, and you feel I keep forgetting, right? I keep forgetting, like be grateful even for small things in my life. Build a ritual reminder. For example, Muslims pray 5 times a day, right? In Jewish tradition, there are short blessings like waking, eating, or see the beauty, and they're grateful for that when they see some beauty. And sometimes also because our mind constantly, like in ancient wisdom, they saying like monkey brain, and just like going from one area to other area, and sometimes it's really we forget about um, I would say like specificity, because sometimes we feel kind of empty, right? We're kind of grateful, but not, I don't know, it's maybe not complete grateful. So because its specificities was missing, instead to saying, for example, I'm grateful for my day to day, right? This is not specific. So it's a recommendation. For example, you can say, okay, I'm grateful for my day to day because this day it was very I would say, like good day, productive day. Maybe my boss was really like happy with me, and I accomplished, like for example, that, to really be specific what you accomplish. Or you can say, for example, I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful for the way sunlight came through my window in this morning. So this is actually a land in soul, not just like going away. So when you're not specific, it's what you're saying is going away because no specificity. So, and I would like to invite you for 5 simple practices. And Cicero in first century BC, he said, a thankful heart is not the only the greatest virtue, but the parent of all other virtues. So there is not will be actually like task for you, but it's like invitation to return to yourself. So like practice what I will be talking right now. I just like maybe do that practice for 30 seconds. So first one, and it will be morning blessing. So Jewish tradition. Before touching your device, touching your phone or to-do list, place a hand on your heart and just really tell that sincerely, I am grateful to have returned to another day. So, and this is actually very important because who knows, yeah, sometimes we go into bed and never know if some people able to wake up and come back to life again and come back to next day in life. So I think it's actually very crucial and significant to say I am grateful to have a return for another day, and just breathe. So just breathe for that, and like I said, just like be grateful for we're still able to breathe and be alive. This is single act actually has been practicing its thousands of years and still working. So number 2, gratitude journal with basically more deeper understanding why we do that. So let's say we still can write down for what we're grateful, and by the way, you can choose like three things. What are you grateful for day to day, right? And why does it matter? So like ask yourself, why does it matter what I was grateful for day to day, for example, and that, and who made it possible. So when you're writing, it's also actually relax your mind, relax your psychology, and basically it's you can turn that to meditation. So this is will be more beneficial level to turn that to meditation, and not just only you wrote and sometimes we wrote and maybe we forgot. You write in only 3 things but 2 questions for each 3 things, and you start to meditate and you repeat that. So another good practice, gratitude letter. So from Confucius tradition, or Confucian tradition, but Confucius who actually brought that practice to the life. So write your appreciation letter for person who actually create very positive, and I would say maybe transformative impact in your life. It can be your parents, it can be your teacher, it can be maybe some actually a stranger who change your path in your life. I'm actually wrote once in a while, not maybe often enough, maybe I should do more enough, but I'm grateful all my yoga teachers. They really change my life, they transform me. It's not empty words, it's really, I would say, I even look back on my life, and it's I even couldn't realize who I become right now, whom I was and who I am become. So I was very, I would say, have a lot of fear. I always like wasn't like basically majority of time was complaining and not happy. And actually ancient philosophy, ancient wisdom and study, including Buddhism, it changed my life completely because of them, because they introduced me, like I'm talking about myself, obviously they change life, not just only one person, they change a life too many, like maybe thousands and thousands of people's, but it was probably its best experience on my life, because I consider was my, how to say, new way of rebirth. And I'm so grateful, and I'm totally different person, and I wish you to change your life too. But as you know and we know, so when you not take action, or if you not, I would say, really start to think about how you can change your life, it's basically nothing happen, right? So it's your goal to start to think about why you're not happy, what is bother you, and what is actually cause that unhappiness. So, and even if you wrote that letter, and if you don't send that letter to your teacher or your parents, or like I said, who create amazing transformation or create big, huge impact on your life, it doesn't matter. It's most important what you wrote that, because it's also settled down in your brain as a gratitude, appreciation. It's always like it's always there, right? And it's this is like action step is most important what you wrote, even if you not send them to them. So Stoics subtraction, so this is actually very interesting practice. So imagine, so Stoic, like Stoicism, Stoic subtraction, imagine your life without something you take for granted. For example, a person, a home, it can be your health, right? Can be everything what you already accomplished in your life, but not to create fear, right? But to see clearly. So this is what Stoicism about, right? See clearly what you already have. And like I said, sometimes we're so busy, or sometimes our human being became greedy, and we're not even realizing how that greediness guide us more and more in deeper hole. So we not even appreciate and grateful what we have already right now. So for example, you have your family, you have your husband or wife, you have your kids, grandkids, right? You have your house, you have your health. Actually, by the way, you have to start from health, right? So it's most crucial, most important. You have health. Health, it's amazing. I would say, so, sometimes when I'm talking, I can't find the words. Um, Treasure, here you go. So I sometimes, yeah, my vocabulary with English language sometimes not so great, but this is how it is. I can hide here. So I'm apologize ahead of the time, but this is how it is. So treasure, yeah, basically, yeah, our health is our treasure, and this is, we have to be grateful. I would say not just only one time per day. We have to be grateful every single day for our health. Okay, so now evening reflection. So before sleep, ask yourself, where did I receive grace today? And this is actually very important. And I read some book, I believe it's also Jewish tradition, they do that too. Every single day, they in morning, right, when they return to the day for other days. So thank you for that, right? And also, what is actually, where did they receive grace today? It's again specificity, right? So be specific. So what exactly, where did you receive that grace today? So maybe, yeah, maybe your kids really tell you, mom or dad, thank you. I appreciate, I love you. Even though you maybe was very strict with me, but I'm grateful. And sometimes, sometimes parents maybe don't hear that enough too, that gratitude from the kids. So it can be too many things, right, for what actually we are grateful for. So name one moment you would not to want to forget or miss before you go into bed, because again, this is create like a good psychological effect and healing, and let that be your last thought of the day. And actually, the foundation of joy, actually, this is kind of, we have to really think about that phrase, right? The foundation of joy is gratitude. Joy, it doesn't make us grateful. gratitude make us joyful. A grateful heart, by the way, doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how you see. And it's very true. Because when you see and you're grateful, you couldn't imagine people who, again, it's kind of sad, right? Talk about people who are not able to see, right? So could you imagine how blessed are you already? What you can see beauty of nature around you, all that mountain, all the trees, flowers, ocean, whatever what you see in your life, right? Or see somebody, somebody like faces, right? So and this is what when you see the differently, you will live differently with more presence, more wonder, more life. And someone actually, you can think about it, someone maybe in your life is waiting to hear a thank you from you. Maybe you are feel exactly the same way, to maybe tell thank you to someone what you think who really need to hear that from you, towards them, to thank you. So don't rush the process, right? So begin simply, one breath, one thank you, one moment notice, and that is enough. That has always been enough. And thank you for watching for my channel, and I will see you soon.